right, it do be me. It's that guy again, MGF Customs, back with another random video. What do I do with my custom minifigures after the showcases? These little tiny pieces of plastic that I can spend upwards of 10 to 50 hours on and then put in a few videos on YouTube. Where do they go? How do I store them? What's the setup look like? I showed the setup in my room tour video, but I realized not everyone stuck around for like an hour to get to that point in that video, so I decided why not turn the camera around to my setup in this video. So where do they go? They go right here, right behind my table. Thanks for watching. Out here in the main collection room, as some of you guys might have seen in the room tour video, was my original table, my original desk where I used to do everything. All the YouTubing, all the painting, all the things. And on the far left corner were my two main display cases. I got these on Amazon in like, I want to say 2013. And I used to take these to Brick Fair from that year all the way up until 2018. And basically they are just multi-level acrylic display cases, and I pretty much call them like my archive cases. Whenever I need to retire custom minifigures, they always wind up in here or in another display case that I will show you in just a moment. But as you can see, I have got custom minifigures from all kinds of different showcases over the years, whether that's the Defenders or Captain America Civil War or even the Winter Soldier back there, Halo 5 even, all the way over to the infamous X-Men Apocalypse showcase back there, Iron Man 3, which really kicked the channel into a whole new world in 2013, and just so many more. Spider-Man Homecoming, Wonder Woman, Batman vs. Superman, Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Age of Ultron, Suicide Squad, The Force Awakens. All these minifigures are archived in these cases that I took to conventions every year between 2013 and 2018. I'll be honest, they are kind of outdated now, and once I do start returning to LEGO conventions at some point, hopefully in the near future, then I will probably wind up investing in some form of a better display, because it kind of gets difficult to see the minifigures at each level. But back in here in my main room, I have got, as you can see, all of my most recent and favorite custom minifigures all set up here on this shelf directly behind my laptop. And of course, I have the infamous now Avengers Endgame project and all the minifigures I have made thus far and am working on, excluding Thor. You can even see Iron Patriot and Rescue in there waiting for their turn. However, more recently, got the Mandalorian with the Baby Yoda, Grogu, right there on their little exclusive stand, and just a bunch of other miscellaneous custom minifigures that I've made over the last couple years in the corner there. But over here, I've got my Rogue One dedicated display, which is basically just some simple plates, some tan plates and plant pieces that are all there to accommodate Jyn Erso and the Rogue One team that I made back in 2016. Back behind the Endgame project though, you can see I have my full Infinity War showcase kind of tucked back in there, and these are all on a base plate. And while I am happy with the setup for the moment, eventually when I do finish the Avengers Endgame project, and while this setup does work for now, even though I haven't built mocks in like 5 years, I would love to build the final battle of Avengers Endgame at Avengers HQ as one giant diorama for all my Infinity War minifigures and Endgame figures, and I think that would make for like the ultimate Infinity Saga display. And speaking of mocks that I'm hoping to build one day, I would still love to take my Thanos and a select few of my Infinity War figures from Team Cap and essentially build Thanos' entrance to Wakanda, recreating that scene with Scarlet Witch and the death of Vision. I think that would be so cool, and still something that is on my bucket list to do. The Clone Wars final season showcase over here, as you can see, it's basically again just a base plate. It's just kind of okay, but it works, and I would still love to hopefully build some kind of diorama for this setup as well. But if we pull the Rogue One display out of here for now, so I can give you a quick look at at what we've got going on underneath. This is an old beat up display case that I use to house the really old archived customs. So figures from like 2015 and before that I really just don't even want in my main display cases or out here on the main shelf. So they wind up in here all crowded together, but they're still here and I still do love them. I think that is my most popular showcase right there. The Grand Theft Auto 5 showcase of 2013. 3 crappy figures I tossed together back then that I had no idea would be my biggest showcase of all time. Over here across the shelf though, I do have some Old Republic displays going on here. It's a little bit of a mess at the moment, but you can see I've got my half custom of Bastila Shan from Knights of the Old Republic that I showcased over the summer. My custom Rogue One Darth Vader is in there as well, and missing from that display actually are Darth Plagueis and young Palpatine, who I keep on the desk right there. But yeah, that's really it for this video. Now some of you might be wondering, why even make this video? Was it that worth it? And I think so, because I never really actually had a setup quite like this, a dedicated shelf setup for all my custom minifigures that I value the most until this year. This is something that I set up over the summer and was not always here, but once I moved in to this room instead, it was getting kind of old not having my favorite parts of my collection all in front of me, so I decided to move all my favorite custom minifigures and my favorite Hot Toys figures in right in front of the desk. And so I think this is a pretty cool setup. It's still a work in progress though. As you can see, I plan on moving out the Noble Team statue from Halo Reach probably out to the main collection room, and probably shifting the Old Republic setup over there because I really need a place for Thanos and Thor. They've got nowhere to go right now. But anyway, let's go ahead and start to wrap up this video. Alright everyone, that's gonna do it for this, again, random video, but I thought it would be kind of cool because I look at this every day behind my desk and I'm like, hey, you know, words. And I'm gonna get back to work. I've been sculpting Bo-Katan from The Mandalorian Season 2. If you want to see the progress on her, and Ahsoka, who I've also been working on, guess what, for The Mandalorian Season 2, and Boba Fett, who I'm also gonna have to start on again for The Mandalorian Season 2. All the progress for that is always hitting the Patreon first, if you'd like to consider supporting the channel that way. Otherwise, you can always find me over on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, where I post the edits, and it's a great time. And you know what else I do? I do weekly vlogs, and I've been reacting to The Mandalorian Season 2, like every week. It's been great, it's been fun, and that's all linked below. As always, if you'd like to check that out or keep up with me when videos, you know, sporadically are going up on this channel. But let me know how you guys store your custom minifigures. I know other customizers have like super crazy setups. I don't, have you seen? But eventually, one day, when I care, I might get there. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but I guess that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching! Words!